then definitely that affects our faith, right? Because we may be, okay, we are coming to the temple or we are chanting the name of the Lord and with the hope that within 10 days I would get that job that I want, right? So in South Africa, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj once was telling a pastime that in the temple, he saw one person would come every day and would give one flower, one banana, and one laddu to the Lord. So every day he will do like that. So 1 month passed and Maharaj went to him and said, wow, you're so dedicated. Every single day I see you bringing this offering to the Lord. He said, yes, I spoke to Krishna and I told Krishna, in 30 days, if you don't give me that cow that I want, I would stop offering you this. So we do not come here with this bargain mentality. If we come with this bargain mentality, then there is no faith. Whatever we do without expectation of the results. Everything is up to Him. Whatever He gives us, we accept. Right? Proud of our spiritual or material achievement. That also affects our faith. Right? In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Prakrite kriyamanani ani sarvasaha ahankara iti manyate. Yeah? So if we think that I am the doer, then definitely there is no space for Krishna. So if we got that position, we got that promotion, and we think, oh, I worked really hard, that's why I got it, then there's no scope. We are not even giving Him the space to come, and we are not even seeing His hand in our achievements, right? So it's very important that we give Lord Krishna the credit that is due to Him. And if we commit offenses, definitely that affects our faith. And one of the biggest offense to the holy name, there are 10 offenses to the holy name, but the first and foremost offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives to propagating Krishna consciousness. So if we commit offenses like this, Krishna will remove Himself from our heart, from our mind. And definitely that would affect our faith. Because Lord Krishna mentions in the Srimad Bhagavatam that if we see Him only on the altar and we don't see Him in the heart of the people around, then that is a big mistake. Because we are not able to see the Lord in everyone's heart. And that makes us commit offenses, and then He removes Himself from us. What happens to those who do not have faith? Mataji, can you please read the translation?
Translation?
Yeah.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world.
Thank you, Mataji. So Lord Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita that those who do not have faith cannot attain me. Right? And where do they go? They have to return to the path of birth and death in this material world again. Now we've understood why it is important. We've understood what makes it, what weakens our faith. But we also have to understand how to build faith, right? So Srila Prabhupada shows us one of the Prabhus, can you please read it aloud? Prabhu?
To increase this faith or keep this faith, you have to live with faithful servants of Krishna. The ISKCON Center is meant for giving a chance to the common people to get association of devotees. Adol Sabda Tattva Sadhu Sangha Tha Bhajano Kriya.
Thank you, Prabhu. This is coming from. Thank you, Prabhu. So, Srila Prabhupada has created this ISKCON, has founded this ISKCON to provide us with this opportunity to build our faith. So everyone who is coming here, take the time to understand the 7 purposes of ISKCON. Why Srila Prabhupada founded this movement. And if we are able to understand that, we would see how he wanted us to get together and to start building that faith in the Lord. Right? And this is the platform that he is provided. And we are thankful that we have one in Oakville. And today on a Sunday afternoon or evening, we could be anywhere else, right? But we chose to come here. So let's hear it for all of you. Because you made that choice of coming here. And this is an opportunity that you have to get together to build the faith in the Lord. Read Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam daily. So after reading Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada says is, after reading Bhagavad Gita, if one does not have developed faith in Lord Krishna, then it is a complete waste of time. So many times people say, I've read Bhagavad Gita, I know Bhagavad Gita. But do they have faith in the Lord? So we have to read in a way, study, not just read like we are reading a pastime or something. We have to study the books and study, and by studying, by understanding, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, there are so many pastimes. Gajendra Moksha, right? We see how in such kind of situation he was, one leg is already stuck with by that crocodile, right? And in that desperate situation, he's begging, he's praying. We see Prahlad Maharaj in so many situations, so many challenges. We see Ambarish Maharaj in a situation of misunderstanding. There are so many examples. We have also, so many pastimes are there in Srimad Bhagavatam that inspires us to develop that faith in the Lord, because we see how he took care of his devotees, right? And looking at how he took care of his devotees, we know that he's going to take care of us, right? Lord Krishna is known as Bhaktavatsala, right? Bhaktavatsal, because he comes and he takes care of his devotees. And sometimes if he's not able to come personally, what does he do? He sends his associates. And it's up to us to recognize who are those associates, right? So it's very important that we stay tuned. We are mindful in all the activities that we are doing, and we see the presence of the Lord. Now another information, danger zone to avoid the association of those who weaken our faith, because you would be going and be exposed to places to people who will challenge your faith. So sometimes people will want to debate with you. Now, is it worth it debating? If we are not strong, if we are not very knowledgeable about what's written in the books, just avoid the situation, because this can affect our faith, right? There are so many people out there. I remember Sadhgujanan Prabhu used to tell us in Bangladesh there would be somebody who would post those videos and making fun of how people offer bhoga to Krishna, right? Making fun of so many. They will challenge you. People will challenge. Say, your Krishna is not eating, why are you putting in front of him? Right? But we can, if we know what's in our books, we can counteract those kind of arguments. But if we don't know, then better stay away, avoid those people, because that will affect our faith in the Lord. And I was watching there was a show, a movie, I think it's Kerala Story. Yeah, that was like right on, because people don't know, right? They don't know what's in the books. They're not strong enough. Then easily they can get, their faith in the Lord can get weakened. We'll end with a little story. I think the kids are not here, but I chose these pictures just for us to. So maybe you know already. This is just the pastime of Brahmana and a cobbler and Narad Muni. So it so happened that Narad Muni was traveling as usual. He's traveling everywhere, and he comes across a Brahmana who, as usual, was doing his daily activities, chanting his Gayatri and offering bhog and doing all his spiritual activities. And when he saw Narad Muni, he asked Narad Muni, where are you going? And Narad Muni says, I'm going to see Lord Vishnu. So he says, if you're going to see Lord Vishnu, can you ask Lord Vishnu, when am I going to see him, when I'm going to his abode? He said, yes, sure, I will ask. And then Narad Muni, on his way again, he sees a cobbler who is doing his job, repairing shoes and all. And he asks and the cobbler says, Narad Muni says, and asks Narad Muni, where are you going? And Narad Muni says, I'm going to see Lord Vishnu. So he says, can you please ask my Lord, when am I going to see him? So Narad Muni says yes, and he goes to Lord Vishnu, and he asks Lord Vishnu, I met these two people on the way, and they ask, when am I going to see you? When are they going to see you? So Lord Vishnu says, tell the Brahmana that he will see me after 1,000 lifetimes. And tell the cobbler that he will see me very soon. So when he goes there and he says, and before he leaves, Lord Vishnu tells Narad Muni, they will ask you, what was I doing when you saw me? So you tell them that I was threading an elephant through the eye of a needle. We all know how to thread a needle, right, with a thread. And many of us cannot, still we struggle. But Lord Vishnu is saying, tell him that I was threading an elephant through the eye of a needle. So when Narad Muni passes by, he sees the Brahmana, and he says, he tells the Brahmana, I met Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu said that you will be coming after 1,000 births. So he's like, did you see Lord Vishnu? He said, yes. And are you sure you saw Lord Vishnu? Yes, I saw him. What was he doing when you saw him? He said, when I saw him, he was threading an elephant through the eye of a needle. The Brahmana starts laughing and he says, you're joking. How is that possible? You didn't see Lord Vishnu. Because it's not possible to thread an elephant through the eye of a needle. So Narad Muni continues his journey and he meets the cobbler. And the cobbler asks him, what did Lord Vishnu tell you? He said, Lord Vishnu said that you will come quite soon. He said, really? He said that? Jay, he was so happy. He said, what was my Lord doing when you saw him? He said, when I saw him, he was he was putting an elephant to the eye of a needle. He said, really? He was doing that? Very beautiful. So Narad Muni said, did you believe me when I said that? He said, of course I believed you. He said, well, how come? He said, well, he was sitting right under a banyan tree. He said, if my Lord can put such a huge tree in such a small seed, can't he just put an elephant to the eye of a needle? So this Brahmana who has been doing his Gayatris on time, who's been praying to the Lord every day, was doing everything so mechanically, but he cannot trust he doesn't have faith when he was told that the Lord can put an elephant to the eye of a needle. So dear devotees, I'm going to leave you with this food for thought, introspect, and see where do we stand in our journey in Krishna consciousness and how much faith we have in the Lord. Today we discussed about the importance of having faith, the different degrees of faith, what weakens our faith, and how to develop faith. So those are the points that we discussed, and now I think this is the end of our session. So I'd like to thank you for your attention, and if I made any mistakes, please forgive me, and please bless me so that I can continue serving in Srila Prabhupada's mission. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I brought this book to show you. Yeah, this is a book that I am reading right now. I just got it last week from Vrindavan. And this book is written by His Holiness Bhakti Brihad Bhagwat Swami. It's a conversation between Maharaj and Kamala Devi Dasi. Kamala Devi Dasi is from Mauritius. She passed away in 2022, I think, because of breast cancer. And this is a conversation between her and Maharaj. And Maharaj helped her at her last moment to remember Krishna. So what I wanted to share with you is that when we have the right association of devotees, Shishirada Sham Sundar ki jai. So when we have that right association with devotees who can remind us of having faith in the Lord, even at our last moment, Lord Krishna will make sure that there is somebody there who will remind us. So if we have faith in Him, He will make all the arrangements. So this is a very nice book. The Mataji was a disciple of His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj, and His Holiness Brihad Bhagwat Maharaj was also there narrating. It's beautiful at narrating about the pastimes of Radharani, Krishna, Nityananda, like connecting all these pastimes, and like if you're able to remember that at the moment you're leaving, that's an amazing departure. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Anybody has any questions?
That was actually just yawning. No. Joe, I actually want to ask you about the class. You mentioned the class of faith. So you mentioned class 1, 2, and 3. So I guess I just want to ask you, is that a hierarchy or what is the goal? Because I know people in all 3 of those classes, personally. So.
Yeah, people can be in all the 3 classes, but you should aim to get to the point where you have that firm faith, right? So, yes, it is a hierarchy, and we should hanker to get to that point where we have that firm faith in the Lord, that we can, like how we took the example of that cobbler, right? Just by hearing the pastime of the Lord, he already knows, yes, this is possible because he can do this, right? And that is only possible, like I mentioned, in the third degree of faith. Is it happens when you're conversant with what the Lord has mentioned plus what he has done. Yes.
Just to add into there, if you're in class 2 and you have a strong faith, you only have limited knowledge of the scriptures. So isn't that the cobbler wasn't a class 1?
He didn't read, but he has that strong faith in the Lord, that belief was taking him to the class 1, because he was not the best class. Why? Because he didn't question, right?
So someone who has faith, almost like I don't want to call it blind faith, but you understand where I'm going, right?
Yes, I
Someone
see
with
what you mean.
strong faith and
Yes.
belief, even if they don't know the Bhagavatam or the Gita, they have limited knowledge or no knowledge, they're still basically treated as a class 1 and they'd be considered that.
Yes, if somebody doesn't know the books, but he has that trust in the Lord, firm faith, then definitely. Like there's one beautiful example, one beautiful pastime of Lord Chaitanya. So in Lord Chaitanya's pastime, there was one person who couldn't read properly. He couldn't read. So he you know that pastime, right? So he used to take the Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, and he would look at it, and he would take the book, like he doesn't know how to read, right? He would hold it like this, but every time he's crying, and everybody would make fun of him. Look at him, he's an illiterate, he doesn't know how to read, but he's crying, so he's faking it. So then Lord Chaitanya asked him, why are you crying? He said, look at this picture. This is my Lord, the Supreme Lord, and see how merciful he is. He is seated as a charioteer, and he's a servant of his devotee. So just by looking at that, he's crying because he's feeling that love of the Lord. So yes, I see where you're going. So we are not promoting blind faith. We want, because in this age of Kali, people will ask questions and people will challenge you. So the reason why we are putting the books ahead is that we should be properly equipped with those information. But sometimes some people are not able to read or to understand. Like, for example, my dad, he hasn't gone to school, he doesn't understand, but he hears and he looks at the books. He took the step of taking initiation in Krishna consciousness, and he chants his 16 rounds every day. So what I'm trying to say is that even though you cannot read, then definitely you can make the effort of hearing and understanding the Lord. But if you going without knowing, without knowledge, you're not making an effort, and you're able to read and you're able to educate yourself, but you're not making that effort, then it would be like blind faith, right? So I hope I was able to answer your question, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
My question is that does faith also make a connection with the cultural conditioning? Is it a type of conditioning which affects our faith and the development and the realities? Is it a conditioning?
Yeah, because we have accumulated some scar from before, no? So this will definitely affect us. But we have to make that effort of moving to getting to know more about that, about increasing our faith in the Lord. Like, I cannot take other people's example, I can take only my example. So I grew up in a family where we didn't believe in deity worship, right? So we were brought up only doing yagnas, and we were asked to meditate. So when I was growing up, I was meditating and I didn't see the Lord. I wasn't feeling that connection with the Lord. So for me, I wanted to see something concrete. I want to see a form of the Lord. I want to be able to talk to Him. So this is what pushed me to go out of my way and research, right? So I was researching, and when I met my coworker, I would challenge him with questions, and I wanted to know more. And then I joined the Bhagavad Gita reading, Bhagavad Gita study. That's how I got my questions answered, right? So if yes, definitely your conditioning will affect it, but you have to get out of that conditioning to make that effort to build the faith in the Lord. So I hope I was able to answer your question. Prabhuji, please don't ask questions. You shouldn't be. I should be asking you questions.
Thank you so much for a very nice class. Now I'm confused whether I should ask a question or whether I should do a reflection. So I was planning to do a reflection. So maybe I just do a reflection.
That would be perfect, Prabhu.
So what I have seen in my experience is that whenever there is a challenge comes in our lives, we tend to lose our faith. Our faith goes down basically. But what my experience tells, my recent experience tells me is that whenever this kind of situations comes, these challenges comes in your life, they actually are like an express elevator. Use them as an express elevator to increase your faith and to not only that, but to get your like any anarthas within you. You can focus on them to get rid of them, and this it may be a very short period of time, but that period will actually take you from year to year straight away. So this kind of challenges, don't treat them as that like why Krishna, why, but treat them as actually a ladder, an express elevator, getting your faith back into existence. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for bringing that.
Any more questions?
So, Mataji, there is one contradiction with what you have said. We use God as our stepping stone of fulfilling our earthly desires. But isn't it earthly desires leads us to enlightenment? I have read many places. During our good time, definitely we tend to forget God. We are just busy with our happy life. But during our tough time, definitely we come back to Krishna or the God. So isn't it something we are going through a suffering and we want to come out of it? That's why that's how our devotion gets increased. So what is that? I mean, we should not be doing that. We should be just going without having any expectation. But isn't it when we are born as a human being on this earth, we have going through many kinds of suffering, ups and downs in our life. But during our tough time, definitely we come back to God. So is it the right way, or we should not be doing, or we should be doing without having any expectations? I mean, that is the only hope we get during our tough time. If we go, if we pray, if we are sincere, maybe things will change. So we should not be having those hope.
Mataji, my first question to you would be, do you know why you're here in this material world?
To definitely come out of this cycle of birth and death.
But how did you get into this cycle of birth and death?
Something which we have already decided in our past life. I don't know that we will be getting rebirth in this life of Kali Yuga, and I have read that we choose suffering also. Something like this, we will suffer in this life, and with our faith, we will come out of it, and we will prove to the world this his works or something like that.
So just to share with you what we have in the books. So we are here because of our desires. We were all with Lord Krishna. We are all his kids. But we chose that we want to enjoy independently from him. So and we have that free will that he gives us, that we can choose to enjoy independently. And we made that choice. We had some personal desires. And he provided us with a platform where we can enjoy independently. And he also gave us a guardian. You know how in the jail there's a jailer, and the jailer for this material world is Maya Devi, and she does a very good job into keeping us into that jail. So now it's up to us how long we want to renew this subscription that we have in this jail, how many years in all-inclusive hotel that we are staying, or do we want to get out of it and go back to our home with him? Because when we are with him, we are eternally happy. This Atma is eternal, and our eternal happiness is when we are with him, Sachit Ananda Vigraha. But what we are doing, we are eternal, but we are trying to find happiness in a temporary place. And we are not able to find that happiness. We would never find that happiness because everything that we are having here will expire after some time. So it is wiser to find that happiness which is eternal. And we should make that effort to connect to him. Now answering the fact that should we just remember him in our problem, or should we remember him in our day-to-day life, right? So you have a child, you have kids, and they go to school. Now if your child has exam tomorrow and he never revised throughout the whole year, and tomorrow he goes to the exam, he tries to read a little bit tonight, and tomorrow he goes to the exam and they say, okay, it's an open book exam. He takes the book. He doesn't even know where to open because he never read the book. That is a problem. So for us to remember him at that moment where we are desperate, for us to remember him at that last moment where we are taking our last breath, we have to practice throughout the journey. Because we won't remember him. We would remember Maya Devi. Right? I always tell you that story about that person who was dying, and when he was dying, his wife standing right next to him and saying, oh, who's going to take care of our house? Who's going to ride our new car? Who is going to enjoy this and that? And who's going to pay our mortgage? This is what would happen. But if we practice remember him throughout our life, then even at the last moment we would remember him in every situation. Else we would try to find solutions on our own. So we have to make that effort. I hope I was able to answer.
One thing, what should be our attitude during our tough time in this Kali Yuga when we are really going through hardship?
Yes, definitely. When we are going through hardship, we have to have that faith in him that he's going to take care. Right? There's a beautiful story that His Holiness Swayam Bhagwan Maharaj says about a king who was looking for a gift that his people can give him that will make him happy when he's in moment of distress and would keep him sad when he's happy. So one of the person came and gave him a ring, and in the ring it says, this also shall pass. Right? So when you're in the moment of happiness, you have to remember that this also shall pass. And when you're in a moment of distress, you have to remember that this also shall pass. Right? So if we have that faith, we know He's taking care, He's going to take us out of there. This also shall pass. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
So next will be our closing statement. But before we go to our closing statement, we'll have this conversation. I request you all to stand up. That's updated. Yes, 9 minutes. So I would like to thank Narayani Mataji for sponsoring today's program. As you all know, we are renting this facility from Agita, and we run on sponsorship. So all our programs are always generously sponsored by devotees, and due to that we are able to come together and hear Krishna Katha and also have this wonderful time to spend with each other in the association. So I encourage, if anybody is interested for the upcoming weeks to sponsor, please reach out to Priyanka Mataji or Lakshmi Mataji for more details. Hare Krishna. So the next aspect will be the closing statement. I will be led by Andrea.
Hare Krishna. No, that's fine. Too technical. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasata Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jai Shri Prabhu Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोपसुपत सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद की राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की मथुरा धाम की वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की द्वारिका धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की समवेत भक्तवृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the Supreme Devotees. All glories to the Supreme Devotees. All glories to the Supreme Devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Putre Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Vacharane Deveshe Shuddhavadi Pashtapadeshe Jai.
Not good. Just Mahaprasad. After Mahaprasad.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I do see some new people have come. Can you please come forward? Those who are coming for the first time. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, for those who amassed very few pious activities, their faith in Mahaprabhu, in Sri Govinda, in the holy name and in the Vaishnava is never born. Oh brothers, the material body is a network of ignorance, and the senses of one deadly enemy. For it throws its soul in the ocean of mind, senses, the sound, the most evaluation, and the daily it is very difficult to conquer the tongue in this world. Oh brothers, Lord Krishna is very merciful. Just to control the tongue, He has given us the remnants of His kind faith. Now please eat in the nectar made from in the glory of their mercy. She is Radha and in love. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
महाप्रसाद